everyone, welcome to Carl's Place. I'm Carl. Thanks for tuning in. Today I did a video for you about moving to the Philippines, and the primary group I'm looking at is American men. So welcome to my place, and for those considering moving to the Philippines, living there, retiring there, I got some helpful tips you should be able to use. Now, lately I've noticed there's many YouTube videos out there, a lot of channels. I found three that I really like. One's called Paul in the Philippines, Old Dog New Tricks, and D, and Filipina P. So if you find any of those, I recommend those because they're really good at giving their honest insights about the Philippines. You know, I've been there myself, as you can tell. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So I want to share my genuine story. Let's begin. Step one, you better have a backup plan or an exit plan, because, you know, Murphy's Law, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So I found myself facing unexpected challenges, and I'd been going to the Philippines since as far back as 1973. Okay, when I got there I said, oh, everything's going to go smooth. But every step of the way, everything went wrong. So because of that, I lost thousands of dollars. So I don't want you to lose money too. Visiting or vacationing in the Philippines is one thing, but living in the PI is yet another. So before you leave, there's one thing you need to know. Don't take any furniture or personal belongings. Just take luggage and that's it. Because I made the mistake of taking my personal property to the Philippines, which had to go through customs. And to get my property released from customs, I had to pay a bribe, which they call grease money in the Philippines. 60,000 pesos, which is equivalent to $1,250. Had to pay that to the customs agent or I'd never see my stuff. So strongly advise you just bring luggage and leave everything else behind. One thing though you do want to bring is your cell phone from the US, because you need to keep that cell phone number, because you know everything in the States these days is related to your cell phone, like accessing, you know, your online things like your bank. And then I recommend that you get a local phone and have international phone service on your US phone. There's companies called like US Mobile, for example, that give international service. So you're going to need that. When you buy your airline tickets, don't be surprised the airline's going to ask for a round-trip ticket, because obviously you're not a permanent resident of the Philippines. So when I went to the Philippines, I left from Japan and bought a ticket, follow-on ticket to Guam, which I didn't have to use. Finances and banking, that's very important too. You want to keep your U.S. bank open so you can continue all your direct deposits to your bank, like Social Security. And if you can, use mobile banking. Opening up an bank account in the Philippines will be challenging, and I'm pretty sure the bank's going to require that you be a permanent resident before they'll open an account. So while I was there, I had my wife open up an account in her name. Additionally, U.S. banks may refuse to wire money to the Philippines. Mine did. Okay. Note that most transactions in the Philippines are cash based. So you'll be frequently visiting the ATM. Now that can be a problem, so you better have at least 2 debit cards, because PI ATMs love to eat debit cards. Be prepared to leave your Western culture behind and adjust to the local culture. One thing about that is you got to have a lot of patience, which I don't have. So if you go through any government process, it's going to move slowly, very slowly. And since I'm not patient, I found myself frustrated to the max because delays frequently occur. The government bureaucracy, whoa, that's a big one. The government system there is intentionally layered and complex, which allows for corruption. There's a lot of it, which can make navigating bureaucracy a challenge at the best. You can expect many steps in a simple process, like renewing a visa, for example. This allows the government to hire more people. So when you're doing something like that, you may need to provide grease money, pesos, more pesos, to move things along. Housing's going to be a big issue. If you're going to rent an apartment, house, or condo, I recommend that you get with a reputable realtor. Keep in mind that not all rentals have air conditioning units, and if they do, most likely it's only in the bedroom. So, and believe me, it gets hot in the Philippines. In 2014, I rented a house in a gated community. It cost me $1,000 per month. That's in Cebu City, which really is way too costly. So that means give up the Western lifestyle and live like a local. If you want to buy or build a home, check with an attorney first. It's my understanding that only Philippine citizens can own land. So I tried to buy a house and a lot, which ended up being a complete failure. That's because with the lot they required a deposit, which ended up losing. And building a house, you got to find a reputable builder, someone you can trust, because there's the price for the locals and the price for the foreigners. And I found that out very quickly. I tried to negotiate price on building a home, and when the builder found out what I was willing to pay, the guy just simply disappeared. That was the end of him. So when I hear people on these YouTube videos say, I can live in the Philippines for $600 a month. Well, that may be true, but in my view, they're existing, they're not living. And they're definitely not living in a big city. So wherever you decide to live in the Philippines, location is key, because big cities are more expensive. If you're going to live in the province, you're going to need some type of transportation like a motorcycle or a scooter. And no matter where you live, you're going to experience noise from barking dogs, roosters crowing, road traffic noise, and all-night karaoke parties. So if you're someone like me who likes peace and quiet, you're going to have a problem. Another thing you're going to need down there is medical, right? So if you're someone with any significant health issues, think twice before moving abroad, Philippines or anywhere. This is because if you're relying on Medicare only covers expenses in the continental U.S. and its territories. In the past, I've used medical services in Angeles City and Cebu City both of which are excellent. However, filing a claim with a U.S. insurance company can be a hassle. Chances are that insurance company is going to require additional information, which you're going to have to gather, delaying the claim for months. So if you're going to move to the Philippines, I recommend you buy health insurance there in the Philippines. Because, for example, if you don't have health insurance, you go to the hospital requiring a surgery, that hospital is going to require a 50% at least down payment if you don't have insurance. So last on the list, why a lot of American men may be going to the Philippines, is to find a girlfriend or a spouse. So if you think all those other things are a problem, this is going to be your biggest problem of all. So when you meet a woman, make sure when you're dating that she's not already married, because a lot of them aren't. No such thing as divorce in the Philippines. There's annulments, but no divorce. Make sure she doesn't have several kids she's not telling you about, or family members that are seriously ill. So remember this, when you marry a Filipina, you marry the whole family. If the family has a problem, emergency, you'll have a problem or emergency, especially when it involves money. So, in some cases, not all, it's about the pesos, a transactional relationship. and all the support that you can provide for her and her family. So I wish you good luck on that search. Thanks for watching my short video today. Hopefully this was helpful. And if you have questions, please leave a question in the comment section. Also hit the like button and subscribe. So this is Carl. Take care.